Going to Disney World is such a big deal. I don't care if it is your first time or fifth time going, it is always exciting and always expensive. My name is Lisbeth, and being known as the money-saving planner mom that always overplans but never overspends, there are a couple of questions that people always tend to ask me as soon as I announce that I will be going to Disney World again. One of them is, how do you start planning for Disney? And the second one is, how do you save money when going to Disney? Now, a little note before I get started is that I won't be giving you the cheapest options for everything necessarily, because sometimes the cheapest options mean a little bit more work on your part while you're actually at Disney World, which is why I prefer to pay a little bit more if that means that I don't have to do it and really truly enjoy the magic at Disney. So if that sounds like something you would like, then keep on watching. Now, first and foremost, this is a collaboration with Mariah at Mariah's Whole New World. I will link her channel down below. She is actually a travel agent who's gone to Disney World many times and is really truly an expert when it comes to going to Disney and planning vacations for Disney. So check out her channel. It is all Disney related, Disney all day long, and it doesn't get much better than that. This goes perfectly with my first tip, which is to get a travel agent. A lot of people don't know that travel agents, Disney travel agents specifically, are completely free. Disney pays them after you've already gone to your trip, so their entire aim is to make sure you get there and that you get the best deal with the best information possible. All it takes is a $200 deposit to book your reservation. Now, we are in the end of 2018 and you can book, I believe, all the way through 2019. So if you know that you want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party next year, or the Food and Wine Festival, or heck, even Christmas next year, then you can actually book that right now and start making payments towards it for next year. Now, sometimes they don't have sales right now for next year, obviously, but the cool thing about having that travel agent is that at any point, they can add a discount that comes up and change that price for you. Now, being the skeptic that I am, I actually did the whole booking process through DisneyWorld.com as an outsider, right? And I booked my own vacation with everything I wanted, dining plan, memory maker, all that good stuff. I got a grand total, and then I looked outside for a Disney travel agent, and that person actually gave me a lower price than what I had calculated myself. So it definitely is worth it to book it through them. Not only that, but I think the whole payment process is awesome and you get to budget out exactly what you're going to spend for Disney. Now, keep in mind that the Disney package does not include flights. I know some travel agents will find a flight for you or help you in that area, but having a few tricks up my sleeve as far as airlines go, I choose to do that part for myself. I have a video all about how to save money on travel, and that includes airfare and transportation, and I will link that for you above. Keep in mind that if you drive to Disney instead and you're planning to stay at a resort, then there is an additional resort parking fee that varies depending on the type of resort you stay at. The more expensive the resort, the more expensive the parking will be too. Tip number 2 is to stay at a Disney resort. Nothing screams Disney more than a Disney resort to me. But on top of that, you actually get some perks that a lot of people don't know about by just simply staying at a Disney resort. And it doesn't matter what resort you stay at. You get the same benefits staying at whichever resort you choose. A few of the tip highlights is that they have extra magic hours for different parks for resort guests only, which means that you can either go to a park an hour early or so, or they stay open later for Disney resort guests. The days vary as far as which park is open early and which park is open later, so I definitely recommend kind of planning around that to get the most out of your Disney vacation. Another thing is that you have free shuttles from the Disney resort to anywhere around Disney, to other resorts, to the parks obviously, and to Disney Springs as well, or downtown Disney, right? You also get to book your fast passes 30 days earlier than you normally would. And for those of you flying into Orlando, you actually have access to the Magical Express, which is this wonderful thing that Disney came up with where they actually pick you up from the airport and take you to the resort. Not just that, but they get your bags for you and take them to your room so you don't have to worry about waiting for the luggage to come and getting it all taken to wherever it needs to be taken. Like, no, you get off the plane, you go straight to the Magical Express, they take you to your resort, and your bags magically appear there a few hours later. And same for when you go back, you can actually check your bags in at the resort itself, and they take it from there. You just have to get into the Magical Express and they'll take you to the airport as well. And you don't see your bags until you land home and have to get your bags there, because there's no Magical Express when you get home. To me, the overall Disney experience of staying at a Disney resort and taking it all in, I think is well worth the higher price tag, because I think the perks definitely make up for it. But as always, that is a personal decision and it's for you to make. Now, just like any hotel or resort, there is some housekeeping involved, which Disney itself calls mousekeeping. I did hear from a YouTuber I found, and I'll link her down below to the exact video that she mentioned this, where mousekeeping can be opted out of. And if you opt out of mousekeeping, then you are given a $10 gift card for every day that you opt out. So this is something that I'm definitely gonna try out, because since we're never at the hotel, I don't see the need for mousekeeping. Tip number 3 is the Disney dining plan for the win. Now, if you were to do a comparison to how much your Disney vacation would be without the dining plan versus with how much it would be with the dining plan, you might kind of have some kind of sticker shock at the beginning. But let me tell you, this last time I went and I got the Disney dining plan, it was phenomenal. I got the regular dining plan that included the same number of quick service as they did table service with the 2 snack credits. Now, what I like to do is to use those table service credits to dine at a character dining restaurant. This helps me get in some characters and meet and greets and stuff like that while I'm having dinner or lunch, and not have to wait for them in line out at the actual parks. I know a lot of people would tell you to order groceries and take them to your hotel, and because you can bring whatever you want to the Disney parks, and that is a great idea if your aim is to really, really save all that money. Just keep in mind that you will be putting in that work, and as a mom, I'd be the one doing that, right? So I don't want to have to do that. So I'm okay with planning ahead, budgeting it out, paying more to have my meals already taken care of when I get there. The only added cost to the Disney dining plan is that you're gonna have to take money in for tips, because it is not included in the Disney dining plan package. Tip number 4 is Target gift cards, guys. Target gift cards. What does Target have to do with Disney? Let me tell you. If you are a red card holder, debit or credit, because you can have either for Target, then you are allowed a 5% discount on anything at Target. This includes gift cards. And lo and behold, there are Disney gift cards at Target. Now, I know 5% does not seem like all that much, but when you calculate, for example, my $4,000 Disney trip for a party of 4 plus a toddler, then you're talking about a $200 savings just by choosing to buy Disney gift cards with my Target card and then paying it off. That's $200. Do you know what I can do with $200? Yeah, a lot. So you can, use that money towards souvenirs that you want to spend at the park, or you can just know that you saved $200 and be happy with it. And last but not least, it's all the little extras that can possibly come up when you go to Disney or before you even go to Disney, right? Like what you're going to wear when you go to Disney, and all the Mickey ears that you want to have for Disney. So those are really important things, because it kind of helps you get in the mood for it and makes you excited when you're there. And looking for souvenirs is just one of those things that, you have to take something back home, which I totally get. But let me tell you, almost everything that you see at Disney, you can buy outside of Disney World too. The Disney store has a lot of deals all the time that if you really wanted something Disney specific, then you might be able to find it at your Disney store when you come back. As far as Mickey ears, I made mine last time I went. Well, they weren't for me, they were for the 6-year-old that went with me, but I made them themed exactly to the park we were going to that day and around what she liked at the moment, which was Frozen, of course. I did one specifically for the Animal Kingdom, and I did your traditional mini ears, and I also made Beauty and the Beast inspired ones. So for this trip, I'm actually going to make more Mickey ears, and I actually want to film a video on how I make them and how I plan on saving the most money to make all of the Mickey ears I'm making, which I think is gonna be quite a few, because I'm making some for my mom, for myself, and for my daughter. This should be fun. As for what to wear to Disney World, I like theming it to the park I'm going to or just Disney in general. I start looking for clothing and stuff like that way in advance. I've actually already have a couple of outfits picked out for Isabel, and I'm starting to keep an eye out at Target and the Disney store to see what other things I want to wear. Because I'm going at the beginning of December, I might actually wait until Black Friday deals and see what I find. I'll probably just pair them with some jeans and a cardigan depending on how cold it is, and probably some Converse to be comfortable while I'm at the park. Comfort is key when you're walking around everywhere at the park. Now, my baby girl is only turning 2, so she's not going to really ask me for much, probably just snacks and food all day, but I do plan on getting her like a $50 gift card from Target and kind of saving it for something that she really seems to want. As far as for myself, I probably will get myself a $50 to $100 gift card as well and kind of see if I really want something. I know I've heard for other little kids who are big enough to, know stuff and want things there, to maybe bring some knickknacks and stuff that you find at home, like from the dollar store or stuff like that are Disney themed, and kind of bringing them and leaving them in the room so that when they get back from the park, they find something there. And it kind of keeps them from asking for too much while they're at the actual parks. So I thought that was a good idea. So there you have it. How I plan for my Disney trip, how I plan on saving money for my Disney trip while still keeping all the magical reasons for why I go there in the first place. Every family is different, every budget is different, so always keep that in mind when you're making yours. If anything, you can always talk to Mariah first and kind of ask her, give you a quote, but the sooner you start planning for it, the more comfortable you will feel about, not having to dish out all that money all at once. I think that's what helps me plan it. As soon as you know that you want to plan a Disney vacation, I recommend you start looking for the dates that you want to go and how big of a party it's going to be. Ideally in parties of 4, because usually 4 to 6 people fit in a room depending on what room it is, and that might help you save a little bit more money. So if that means maybe combining 2 families together and planning for a bigger family trip, might be able to save you a few bucks here and there. Now, don't forget to check out Mariah and Mariah's Whole New World. I will link her channel down below. She is amazing, and she will give you more money-saving tips when it comes to Disney. If you have any other money-saving tips or tricks when it comes to Disney World, please leave them in the comments below for everyone else. If you are going on a Disney vacation soon, wherever it is, Disneyland, Disney World, Disney in Paris, which I think would be amazing, then tell me in the comments below when you're going, where you're going, so I can get excited for you. Mine is in 45 days, but who's counting? And I am super excited to celebrate my daughter's birthday there. So yeah, if you want to see more countdown stuff and Disney stuff, then make sure you're following me on Instagram, where I go over all of that, along with more money-saving tips and tricks about life in general. Thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun. I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.